Hi, I'm Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we're going to make us a nice little pair of earrings using some pretty little yellow beads from Jesse James Beads. This is a pretty simple pair. You won't need much, just the beads, some chain, some jump rings, some wire, and the ear wire. Let's put us down and get started, and I hope you enjoy this. Okay, let's get started making our earring now. As you can see, here is our first earring off to the side, and we'll start with our 3-inch piece of 18-inch 3-inch piece of 18 gauge wire. Take the smaller size of bell making pliers and use the bigger size, and we're going to make a loop on one side. Then we'll thread on our beads. This is an 8mm bead cap, a 10mm. This cool little crystal studded fellow is a 6. This is a Jesse James bead mini mix that was in the Destination North Pole kit, so I don't believe you can get it anymore, but it's called Be Happy. Once you get these on, then come back in and ring to the other side. Now, once you have this bar made, make sure your rings are going the same way, and then start carefully bending it into a U shape. Now, you can bend this more or less depending on what you want. If it's your second one, don't forget to check it out with your first to make sure it's approximately the same bend on it. It's looking pretty good. So now that we have the bar made, we're going to go and make the dangle. This is a 3-inch piece of 20 gauge. It probably doesn't need to be quite that big, but that is the size that I've cut mine to. Now you take the other side, and we're going to make a simple loop with the smaller size of the bell making pliers. Wrap it around. When you get it all the way around, take your chain nose pliers and go right to the base and bend. Now that'll you probably open up the slot a little bit. Let's see if you can see that. If that does happen, just put your bell making pliers back in and bring her back in. Then when you've got this made, open your loop by twisting it sideways. Remember, it's just like a jump ring. You don't want to yank it open. Now find the spot where you'd like to connect onto your little caged bead. Slip it over there and close it back up with another twisting motion. Here we go. Now I don't like the way that my neck is bent, so I'm going to bend it just a touch more. There we go. Now I'm going to feed on my beads. I'm going to start with this little daisy spacer, then my crystal, and then this little round bead. Now those beads are to protect the crystal when I go and make the wrapped loop. Now you don't have to make a wrapped loop if you don't wish to. You can just make a simple loop, but I prefer a wrapped. So then I'm going to take my chain nose, and as you'll notice, I have a black mark here on mine. That's my favorite spot to wrap from, so I will pin that there. Get my round nosed, and you'll notice I have a little black mark on these ones too. So place that there, pull around, let it roll over, get my chain nose, and wrap it. Oop. This time I had just the right amount of wire to not have to cut any off, so that's good. And it looks like I'm pretty straight here. I'll straighten this up a little bit so it's more up and down with my pliers, and this baby's good to go. So now I have my two pieces, and I'm going to have to put it together. In order to do that, I'm going to take this piece of chain reaction. It's one section. It's just enough that I can cut the middle and have the two sides. So I'll take my cutters, and I'll cut that little link that's in between the two of these. Make sure you've got the right amount, and cut. Okay, now that we've got these pieces cut and all the pieces made, we're going to put it together. We'll need our chain nose pliers again. So we'll open these up just like we would a jump ring, the rings that are on either end. Slide it sideways. Take the little ring on the bottom, slide it on, and close this back up by twisting it sideways and back. There's one side. Now let's get the other side. Okay, now for the jump rings. I use my regular chain nose and my bent nose to do these jump rings. These are the little ones. Open each one of these up. Now, the ends of the chain reaction, when you cut the loop off, the hole is pretty small, so you need a smaller jump ring that will go through this hoop. So these small oval ones will, the bigger ones will not. So it definitely depends on your diameter of your jump ring wire. Come on, baby. Okay, one. When you're opening an oval, you need to find the opening because it's on one of the long sides. Feed it through and close it back up. Now I have two little ones left, and that's because the dangle, if you only use one, the crystal hits between the chains too close up. So I have got two put together to for the dangle to hang on. So let's get those two in. And since these are going to go together, you can just put the other dangle right on, the other jump ring right onto the original one instead of opening it up also. Sure they're closed all the way. Okay. And now we're going to put the whole thing together. And that means getting the big one of your jump rings out. Get it open. Now we're going to thread the little jump rings through the big jump ring. Now be careful how you put these in here, because the one side dangle always has to go in the middle, and the other side. Make sure your chains are not twisted up when you put it on here, or you'll have to open it back up to fix that. Oh, now see, this one is twisted down here at the bottom. See how that did that? Take that off, get that untwisted. Come on, baby, twist. There we go. Bring her back up and put her on. And then the last thing to put on is your ear wire. I like lever backs because they make sort of a cage, and then you aren't less likely to lose your earrings. Now we close this up. And there you have it. One finished earring. Well, I hope you enjoyed making this pair of earrings with me. As you can see, they're pretty good sized. Nice dangle. Very bright and flashy. If you don't like a really long earring like this, you can shorten the dangle by using a smaller bead in the crystal and by shortening the chain up. Hope you had fun, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.